Hi, I'm John Maravelas, a fitness and fat loss expert with Fit for Life, and I'm so glad you made it to this video because today I'm going to show you how to avoid wasting time in your workout. Now, if you're like most of my clients that I have here, time is very important to you. That's why we shorten our workouts into 30 minutes instead of spending the traditional 60 minutes in the gym, and you definitely want to make sure that that time is well invested, right? Because we waste time in a lot of other things. You know, our boss sometimes wastes our time, our work, our kids, everything in our life takes up a lot of time. So it's important to make sure that with the time we do invest in the workout, we're getting results, right? So the best way to make sure you're getting use of your time if you're looking for fat loss is obviously two things. First, you want to make sure you're burning a lot of calories during the workout that you're doing, right? Because obviously if you're working out, if you're burning more calories in a shorter amount of time, that's a better investment. Then the other thing we want is, even if you're working out the traditional, 1 to 2 hours in the gym, that means you still have the majority of your day, 22, 23 hours that you spend that you're not actually working out. So if we can have our 30-minute to 1 hour workout affect those other 23 hours in the day, we're going to have much better results in the long term, aren't we? So here's kind of the way to look at it. Let's say this is your baseline metabolism here. And when we work out, let's say you'd go for a run or a walk or a bike ride. You're going to do a traditional type workout. So obviously your metabolism is going to be elevated while you're doing that. So let's say you go for an hour run here. Now once you're done, your metabolism will stay elevated a little bit, so you're going to continue to burn calories once you're finished with a workout. No matter what workout you do, you're always going to be burning some calories afterwards, which is one of the reasons it's so important to work out. Now with this traditional cardio workout, your metabolism is going to fall back down within 1 to 2 hours of finishing that workout. So now what a lot of people say is, well, why don't I just do intervals? I'll do some walking and I'll do some running, which is definitely going to be a better investment of your time. So let's say you do a walk jog at a traditional, what would be about 2-minute intervals. Now, obviously you're working a little bit harder for 2 minutes. You bring it down a little bit for 2 minutes. So you're going to look a little bit more like this. Now you are definitely burning calories at a little bit higher rate doing this type of workout. Now the downside is, with both of these, you're still using the same muscle group for the entire time you're working out. So let's say this 30-minute interval or whatever it is, you're going to do running and jogging. So you're jogging for 2 minutes, then you're running hard for 2 minutes. You're still using the same muscles to run as you are to jog. Even if you're doing sprint walk intervals, you're still using the same muscles, right? So you can't really crank it up to an ideal optimal level because you're going to need those muscles in a second to continue your workout. However, this is definitely better than just a long, slow, steady state cardio. You see you're burning some more calories and your metabolism is going to take a little bit longer. It's going to be more of like a 3 to 5 hour increase that you're going to have in your metabolism, which again, that's a lot better than 1 to 2 hours, and it's about twice as much. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, that sounds great, but there's got to be a better way of doing that, right? Well, I have good news for you, there is. So going back to this interval training, when you're doing those 2-minute intervals using the same muscles, now if you could just, using that running training again, if you could just sprint as hard as you could all out for like 30 seconds, you'd burn a lot more calories, wouldn't you? You'd be cranking it out at this level then. Now the problem with that type of workout is when you're done with those 30 seconds of sprinting, going as hard as you can, you're going to be completely exhausted and you're probably going to fall down on the ground. So, well, you can't necessarily just sprint all out for 30 minutes during a workout. What you can do is what we do here is called metabolic resistance training, where we'll have you do push-ups or some other exercise that focuses a targeted muscle group for 30 seconds, and then you exhaust those muscles. So let's say you do push-ups for 30 seconds. You're working really, really hard on those push-ups, but then you're done. That muscle group is done and needs a break after that. So what we'll have you do after you get up from the ground from doing those push-ups, we immediately have you go into squats or jumping jacks or burpees or another exercise that works a different muscle group. So you can see now you're working at that maximum level but rotating through your muscle groups. And this does a couple of really important things. First of all, see how much higher of a level you're burning in terms of calories. So much so that a 20-minute workout like this is actually equivalent to a 60-minute traditional cardio workout and 90 minutes of a lower intensity type workout. So if you want to talk about getting bang for your buck in time investment, that 20-minute workout is definitely a much better time investment, isn't it? Even from just a calorie burning standpoint, you're saving 40 more minutes of your day. Now here's the best part though. When you work out this way, now your workout has to be set up in the right way that you're constantly switching muscle groups and that you have very little rest in between. So you need to make sure you're doing a specific type of workout to do this, but you create this effect called afterburn, which is one of my favorite effects you can, because while you're burning up calories for a couple hours after these workouts, with this one, you're gonna have a 30 to 40 hours of extended metabolism after doing this type of high intensity training where you're switching muscle groups all the time, that metabolic resistance training that we do here. Now, this obviously is gonna be, it's about 10 times longer that you're gonna have that increased metabolism compared with even the interval training, and quite a bit more than the traditional cardio there. So you can see, if you're talking about time investment, why doing this type of really intense workout where you're really trying to push those muscles to their maximum, if you're looking for fat loss, is going to be a much better investment of your time. Now again, the important thing is to make sure that you're working as much as you can on each of those muscle groups. And intense might mean a different thing to you than it does to me, than it means to someone else. It's all about where your level is at. So don't be discouraged if you haven't worked out in a while. You can still achieve this same effect. In fact, it might even be initially more effective for you because you haven't worked out in a while. So it's all about finding what intensity is to you, but making sure that you use a different muscle group for each of these exercises to allow them to rest, that you really push yourself for the 30 seconds of each one, or whatever the time that you're doing is, between 20 and 40 seconds, that you're pushing yourself as much as you can, and that we launch you into this afterburn state, which is where the real time investment comes in. Because now that 20 minutes invested in the workout is paying off for more than an entire day afterwards. So hopefully you can see why doing this metabolic resistance training type workout is going to be so much more effective. And if you're a client, maybe you understand the workout better. And if not, maybe you at least have some ideas to go and input them into your own workout type at home. So I hope you got something out of this video. I'm John Maravelas, a fitness fat loss expert with Fit for Life, and I hope you enjoyed this.